Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you're new to this channel or you have not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside the show while it's live, and a link in the info box below the video once it's rendered. But most importantly, if you would like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show. Sharing the show increases the live audience, of course, and this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show. And one last time, if you are new to the channel or you have not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now we are joined by A Plain Truth, Nummy, and Alan. How are you all doing, gentlemen?
I'm doing well.
Excellent.
Doing well, doing well.
Gardener finished cutting your grass, Nathan?
I think he's on the other side. I think he's doing the front lawn now. I can still hear him. Trolls. 2 minutes into the show, got trolls already. Fun. I lost half the panel during the break. Shock horror. And yeah, 3 of you on the panel talking to myself. Wonderful show today. It's been marvellous fun.
Sorry.
I bet Nummy's only just got up.
Yep.
Still taste the toothpaste. Right, I'll see if I can get Anthony back in on Skype as he was sniped during the break. Just give me a couple of seconds.
Yo.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry. I literally got back to my keyboard, unmuted myself, was waiting for a gap, someone joined, and I didn't notice it, and they sniped everybody.
Hey ho. I've got Nummy and A Plain Truth and Alan still in the hangout, but that's about it.
Can they hear us?
Oh yeah.
So, did you say Nummy was in the hangout?
He is?
Yeah.
Have you found any curvature, Nummy?
Nope.
What about Plain Truth? Have you found any curvature?
Not at all.
So, in the first half, I saw someone saying an hour in and nothing's happened. That's not true. We've shown that there was land seen that should be 700 feet behind the curve of the Earth, with a bulge of water some 100 plus feet in front of us. And it's the land that I was challenged to go back to get from the beach. And when I went back to get it from the beach, we have the intellectually dishonest amongst us called Slice Barkane, who denies that he can even see it. So until Slice Barkane accepts that we can see it, then there won't be any conversation. Sly wonders why nobody can identify Bride in his new footage, not even me. You must be looking for those smokestacks. Well, Sly, we're using the composite, something that you have a copy of, and we're identifying it based on the previous knowledge that we've gained in this little experiment, so we can see the land. There is a problem there for you, Sly. It should be 700 feet long. Can you tell me why that is, please, Sly? When you're ready, you can acknowledge first of all that you could see it.
Shad,
Lame
thank
troll.
for the super chat. Much obliged.
Lame troll, is this all you got? Glenn McIntosh, is it not waves? You tell me, Glenn. Go and watch the video. It's on my channel. It's about the fourth one old. I couldn't. I didn't come straight back to the thing. I had 2 phone calls. I had a delivery, which I've been waiting for, and I mounted my telly on the wall whilst I was waiting. I drilled 4 masonry holes, put 4 roll plugs in, put my screws in, mounted my telly to the wall. Victory.
Amazing.
I'm a man of many skills, Alan. Did you watch the Villa match last night, Alan?
No, I went outside, took some pictures of flowers.
It were a 0-0 game, but the last 10 minutes were intense because they were 1-0 up from the first leg. And if Villa go through, they play in the Championship Cup in the Championship playoff finals. And one of my mates is a Villa fan, and he went to the Birmingham match. He went to the match in Birmingham, and basically, I was kind of rooting for them, even though I'm a Red. And it was just so nerve wracking the last 10 minutes. It was frightening.
Who are you rooting for on Saturday?
What's happening? It's not the end of the month yet, is it? So what's happening on Saturday? FA Cup final.
The Royal Wedding or the FA Cup? One or the other.
The
or
FA
both.
Cup.
Yeah, go on. Who's going to win?
I don't even know who's in the FA Cup final. Is it United and Spurs?
No, United and Chelsea.
I think Chelsea will win because Chelsea haven't got anything to play for this season, have they? They're not in Champions League next year. I think they'll want to win the FA Cup so that they've got at least somewhat as a relative success for the season. So I'm going to go with Chelsea because they're going to be up for it. I think United will crumble.
Okay, we'll talk about it on Monday, shall we?
Oh, we could talk about
Lie
Flat Earth.
Sparkane.
That'd be great.
Lie Sparkane says, "Show me Bride. No one else has identified Bride in your new footage. Sly, you've got the composite. You've got the new footage. Go and work it out yourself. Are you able to read maps and orienteer? It's just like that. We all did it in high school. Do you remember?" Negro Shaft. If I ever see you, I'm going to punch you in the face for lying about your cousin's death. No problem. You know where I live. I live at 61 Acacia Crescent in Wigan, WN6 8RB. You're welcome up any time, and if you do, you better bring a fucking army, you prick.
Hey, no swearing.
Well,
Should you be making threats on air?
yes. He's a faceless warrior. He has 0 subs and no content. He doesn't frighten me.
Thanks for tuning in. Hit the super chat.
Karen B says, "Is it a slow day on the Flat Earth debate?" Yeah, Karen, it's a slow day because there's no ballers that are able to explain Ranty's observation at 18 miles showing the church that it should be completely behind the curve of the Earth, plus a wall of water, was it 18 or 20 foot tall or something like that. With regards to perspective, and Sly Sparkane still can't see the evidence that's placed before his very nose that he needs to explain because he challenged me to go back to the beach at St. Bees and observe the northern part of Isle of Man, otherwise known as Bride. I went back and done that, and Sly Sparkane now pretends he can't see the land in question and pretends he can't see it at all. I called him Nelson Sparkane, and he pretends he doesn't know what the reference is. What a moron. So until these things get addressed, there's kind of no ballers to come on at the moment, and they're all pretending that Nathan's too aggressive.
Yeah, I was hoping Ranty was here.
Pardon?
Sorry, say again, Alan.
I was hoping Ranty would be here. I read the manual for the P900 last night. I was going to teach him how to turn off image stabilization.
Why would you
No, he
want to
needs
do
to
that?
turn it on.
Why would you want to turn it off?
No, there's a problem with it. On full digital focus, it creates a focus loop. So if you turn it off, you actually get better images.
Yeah, but Ranty's got Parkinson's at best of times. He doesn't need someone that's going to enhance his shaking.
It stops the actual thing from looping around as it tries to balance. It gets itself in a loop. So there you go. Technical tips from Alan.
Can you do it on the fly? In other words, once you were fully zoomed in and you've got something in your viewfinder or screen on a P900, can you then turn it off?
Yes, you can. It'd be able to check that it worked better.
That's cool then. That's useful.
Videos.
Thanks,
I'll
Alan.
send him a link.
That's very handy. Thank you.
But it does work a lot better. I think Tim has it turned off. His images are pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. They are good.
I don't think he extends beyond the to the digital focus. You're very quiet, Numi.
Well, I don't see much to. I don't have much to say so far.
So, are you a young Earth creationist?
No,
Really?
really. Yeah,
Do you
I'm
believe-
not. I don't know the answers. I don't have any presuppositions about the creation of the Earth or the timeline of those events or anything like that. To me, it's just an open question.
About you, Alan, what's your theory on the creation of the world? Do you go with the mainstream narrative?
I don't know. I'm too old to worry about it.
Good answer. Yep,
It's a
I
very
don't know.
different question when you start thinking that the Earth is most likely flat.
Hey, Ranty.
Hi, you alright?
Hey, I wasn't expecting you to be on the show today. I thought you were busy.
I am. I've just got home now. I've been killing myself to try and get this job done. And I've had enough today.
Fair enough.
Enough.
Last show was a
Anything
bit of a
going on?
shambles.
Any news?
Last show was a bit of a shambles, to be honest. I couldn't hear a thing that was going on. Lots of dead air, lots of technical issues, lots of trolls.
As usual. I think I was about to say we just about got another one, but it's real Arwen.
Yeah, it's real Arwen. You can tell by the tree.
By the what, sorry?
The tree.
Oh, right, okay. Don't be giving it away.
The Arwen
Making
tree?
a count of that.
Is that the tree that you live in, Arwen?
No. No.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
No, his tree's much nicer than that.
Or is that just where your spirit lives?
No, it's an ebony tree.
Tree?
It's an ebony wood tree.
Very valuable. Quick, chop it down.
No.
Ebony is a very hard wood, right?
Yeah, it's a very slow growing, sturdy tree with a black core.
They use it on piano keys.
I'm back.
He's
What a
back.
miss. Out and out.
Nature of
Ranty
the how
Ranty got
Earth
something to
came to
show
be
us?
in existence. I think that was what we were talking about. Alan gave a very honest answer and said he didn't know.
Slice Parkane says, show me bride. No, Sly, go and find it yourself. You've got the composite, you can work it out yourself. Unless you can't read a map, then no. I'm not doing it all for you. I've given you everything that you asked for. It's about time that you did a little bit back, you dishonest person, you.
He's still arguing with the ballers.
I just want him to accept that he can see the land that he pretends that he can't see. You did a whole show dedicated to not seeing it, even though I zoomed in on it. It's ridiculous. So what are we doing here, Ranty? Are you showing something?
I don't know actually. I'm just putting my stick in because I went yesterday. I haven't been today because, like I say, my memory's pretty much full. I got rid of a few bits and bobs yesterday and did a little bit of videoing, but I don't even know what I actually captured. So I haven't even looked at it myself yet.
Yeah, I would like to see Barrow in finesse underneath the refraction band.
Again?
Yeah, that's a really good observation. That's 18 miles and it's the same distance as Soundly. So if we're all seeing the curvature when we look at Soundly's work, why are we not getting the same results at the same distance when we do it in sunny England? Seems a little bit inconsistent, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you agree, Nathan? 18 miles, no curve. What's going on?
Yeah, it's bonkers, isn't it? But it is,
Couldn't
without being sarcastic in any way, shape, or form. It's just a glorious observation of the flat world that we all see and all know and have presented to all of us daily. But you know, with a cool camera, you can see it in that much more detail and just how flat it really is. But until now, I don't know. You were the first, Anthony, to capture this sort of underneath the refraction band, whatever that band is called. We haven't even got a term for it, as you keep saying. There is no flat Earth science for this stuff. But whatever that band is, Ranty got underneath it and showed detail. You know, showed the shore. Here we go. You're up, Ranty.
I sure did. I saw the shore on the seashore, and I was literally on the seashore. Happy days. We even have a little rock here that's Ranty's rock. It's I have no idea where it is actually, but it's in all the images, and show it you on a different one actually.
18 miles should be consistent with Soundly's work. Nothing.
This is when I was nearer and higher up, so I was able to see this rock. Like I say, I have no idea exactly where it's situated, but that's Barrow-in-Furness. This town hall and the church are 18 miles away and 18.5 miles away, respectively. And this observation height was from this point was about 60 feet, and from this point was about a foot. And there's the rock. Bit of parallax, you know, because on the other image it's around about here, but because I moved further down the coast and came out into the, you know, towards the receding tide, obviously it put me in a slightly different parallax issue, but we can clearly see what's going on. Here we have the sand dune in front of this building that's again 18 miles away, and we've got the lovely little refraction going on up here, which is, we normally see it the other way at the bottom, but on this we see it on the tops of the roofs, and the bottoms of the buildings are intact, exactly how you'd expect to see it on a flat earth. And we just happened to nip under it this day, and it was Riley's video that perhaps prompted me, who knows, to do it.
Real Icepick 1 says that there are zero observable, measurable, repeatable, and verifiable proofs for the entire heliocentric model, which flies in the face of reality everyone sees every day of life forever. Couldn't agree more. Where's all the curve? Where's the axial rotation evidence? Where's gravity? Why can't you distinguish gravity from density itself? Why does smoke go up? Gravity is meant to hold the oceans of the world on, but it manages to let smoke go through and leaves and stuff like that. Come on.
This is from the higher elevation, again a bit nearer, but you got that sand dune that's in the way. And obviously with the parallax issue, it's now in front of this building. It's clearly evident in the video and the images. Awesome observation. This building is on the cusp of being seen and not seen on the ball Earth model. You're supposed to see you see the top of the chimney, perhaps, you know, a couple of slates on the roof of this, but that's it. Again, with these buildings here, you should only see the tippy tops of these, the real tippy tops. Shouldn't be seen down here to this point. Shouldn't be seen down to the beach. To the beach, Nathan. Look at that.
Beach! Love it. But it is mad, isn't it? I mean, 18 miles, and it's flat as a pancake. There's no obstruction. It's clear. The only thing that demonstrates any refraction, the usual obstruction, is up. It's reflecting these windows so that there's 4 of them instead of 2 of them. So you're underneath whatever causes this mirroring that normally obscures the bottoms of the buildings, and in this case, it's doubling up the buildings. So yeah.
Yes, on that actual day, I mean, this is something that I was going to have a chat with Nummy about, actually, was these wind turbines here, refracting down. I have some still images of these, and the interesting point to note is when they get down to perhaps, I don't know, hang on, just let me try and pause it somewhere, like here, for instance. Now, you know, so we're talking about Soundly here. Oh, here we go. Here's a good example. Can you see this blade here? A straight line on that blade would be around about where my cursor is. But can you see how it's been twisted and bent down?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, if you look at the near ones, so the bigger ones that are nearer to us, right? That only, see where it starts here? It starts right near the hub. But on the nearer ones, it starts at halfway down the blade because they're nearer. So that proves that the refraction zone here is affecting them individually in different places. The further away they are, the more obvious it becomes towards the top of them. So this one's the same height as this turbine here, but it's further away. But look where that refraction's starting, right near the top. So if you think of Soundly, when he's got all these pylons lined up in a straight line, you start to see the curve at about halfway, and then it becomes really evident towards the end, just like this here.
No,
Just
it's not
like
just
this.
like that there at all. It's completely different. It's not just
But-
there's not just one
but-
there's
yeah,
not
but-
one solid band of,
Yeah, but
of
let me,
distortion.
I'm not quite finished yet. If you just bear with me, it's like
Shout out to Multi-Tom
because he
Tom.
has them in a straight line and they're all well, they're all right next to each other. So the further away they go, they've got more building up right next to each other, to a point where it'd probably be a wall of metal that you're looking at, because he's looking straight down this straight line of how many pylons is it? 40 pylons, 50 pylons, or something. So the further away you get, it's going to get darker, and that is going to look more apparent with the way he's zooming in. It's just the angle that he's doing it at, and the further away they go, the further pylons that are further away, that refraction starts higher up on them. So eventually you're going to see this line here where it's pointing straight down virtually. Well, you see that in Soundly's films, in his videos, and all this kind of stuff going on.
No, you don't.
All right, okay. Well, you believe in your little bird theory.
Hold on,
Okay,
let's
well,
not have a
you
fallout.
can be Soundly's #1 fan. You obviously think that his work is great and it's all genuine, and
I
he's
think
the only person who's ever been able to capture this footage over and over. Good for you.
no,
Great.
I don't listen.
Promote Soundly.
As proof with the
You don't know that you don't.
Rumpus's arse yesterday.
You could be
Rumpus's
wrong.
arse
I could be
yesterday.
wrong.
Yeah, Rumpus's arse yesterday, right? That was simply an illusion, so to speak. You know, you could claim it was anything. You could claim it was a black hole if you so wanted to, right? And I can go back every single day and get that same kind of repeatable Blackpool's black hole, Rumpus's arse, whichever way you want to call it. But it isn't. It's not that at all. It's just a rock. But it looks completely.
Yeah, but what you're showing doesn't look anything like Soundly's footage, because you can tell, like, the objects that you're showing are clearly distorted, right? Like, you can see there's a line.
Yeah, but his aren't moving. You're forgetting this. His are
It
stationary.
wouldn't matter if they were moving.
Turbines move.
His show, like, it's like the thing dropping over a curve, and he shows it in like all of his footage on all the different subjects, and it's completely absurd. And I guarantee you'll never capture that. That's all I'm saying. Like, you're comparing apples and oranges here, because you're not showing a row of objects that are falling back into the distance. You're showing a row of objects from the side that have slightly different distances.
But essentially, I know what would happen if he lined them up in that way with the refraction that was going on at a certain height. I know that with the turbines got the pylons that were further away would look smaller. So technically, the top of the pylon would appear nearer to the actual refraction zone, because that's how you're looking through it, and it would distort the light differently on each individual pylon.
I don't think that that's what his footage looks like at all. There's no distortions, even in the things that are moving.
Okay.
There's lots of things in his imagery that are moving.
Okay.
They're not distorting that way. It's a completely different.
So, Nami, where's all the footage of it not looking like that?
It's on Soundly's page.
No, you're saying there's only him can capture that. Where's the footage of it not looking like that?
Oh, okay, so you want footage of Soundly's footage not showing curve, right?
Yes.
Give me 5 minutes and I'll look some up for you.
Nathan, you remember this image?
Oh, you mean like other cases of late punch train? Oh, yeah, there's lots of people who in those exact things.
Post some links, show it us.
Okay, and Anthony's going to do it.
Oh, Ranty.
Yep.
I read the manual for the P900 last night.
Did you?
Yes.
You got a P900?
No, I just
Then
read
what
it.
made you read it?
I was wondering if I could help you get better footage.
It would take you probably a little bit longer than just reading it and reeling it off. Why don't you suggest I read the manual? That
No,
would be easier.
well, I've got a suggestion for you. You can try it.
Okay.
If you turn the image stabilization off, it will help you get better quality pictures and more stable. But I suggest you use a tripod at the same time.
Wonderful. Thank you for that wonderful bit of advice.
There's a,
Is this not clear enough for you? Am I still displaying, by the way?
yes, I can see it. I was reading on the forum that it creates an internal balance loop where it can't work out.
Yeah, but is this not clear enough for you? Would you
It
not
could be better. It could be better.
Would you identify that as the same rock? Would you identify that as the building?
Jesus, I'm only trying to help you.
I know I'm only trying to ask a question, though. Is this not good enough? Sitting
No.
down to the shore?
No.
Sitting down to the rock in the water? Is that not good enough for you?
Not as good as Tim's.
Tim's not
Tinnies.
at the waterline.
I'm joking before you get all grumpy.
But he's not at the waterline, is he?
Just try it. I tried to help. You guys, you're impossible.
All right, I want to jump in and ask a question about what I brought up before. Ranty, those wind turbines.
Yes.
Speak up a little.
I don't know. I switched to my Bluetooth. Can't hear me very well.
No, very quiet.
Okay. Huh. All right. Well, I'm gonna speak loudly, so I might sound a bit funny. My point in what I brought up earlier with that we can correlate to your wind turbines is the refraction doesn't mean anything if we can see the tops of the wind turbines and the blades are 90 degrees. To me, that's more telling of what we're looking at. The blades aren't at an angle. So you don't even have to argue about what you're seeing at the base. That's irrelevant. If the blades are at a 90-degree angle, it's flat.
Yeah, I got to agree.
I don't
with you.
really understand the point that you're trying to make there, but
If on Chris's model, the way to explain it is you're tilting backwards when you're looking at this stuff, and they want to have you angling your camera down. Well, if you're on the top of the ball, anything that's away from you is angled away from you. If it's curved, it's curved. I think that's the point he's making.
But isn't the angle only like very slight, really?
Yeah.
1 degree
So
per
is the curve.
69 miles.
So's the curve, though.
Yeah.
Now, I really
You might not be able to necessarily perceive it in every instance. I mean, if it was only 18 miles, so then be a third of a degree, less than a third.
Sure.
Yeah,
By the
I
same
don't know, it's hard to
token,
say.
it's one of those that on their calculations they're saying, look, if you look straight out, you can see the curve obstructing things. And Mark pointed this out on yesterday's show. I think I titled the show after it, actually, the X and Y of curvature or something like that. But basically, if you're looking down the line and you can see something obscuring your view and it's claimed to be curvature, you should be able to go 90 degrees to that axis, look down the opposite line or 90 degree adjacent to it, and see the same curvature and measure it. Of course you don't. You go 90 degrees to it and it's flat as a pancake again.
Yeah.
Ranty did this demonstration with wind turbines. So he fortunately, in his massive information that he had on his hard drive, he scanned through and found a shot of the wind turbines at exactly that, looking down the line of them, seeing them appearing to go over a curve, just an effect of perspective as they go further into the distance. But when you look at them side on, they're just exactly the same. They're on exactly the same level.
Has Anthony got that video from that other gentleman that's been doing the images of the pylons on Lake Pontchartrain?
Which guy?
Oh, have you got any videos?
Pontchartrain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got two. I've got one from a guy called Andrew John. Soundly's already addressed him, but I accept Andrew John's explanation more than I do Soundly. It's flat. And I've got another one from Paul on the plane that's showing the same thing. So if I
Also, if there's like, lots of public record, like any photos that you can find that are just people incidentally took of the causeway will not show what Soundly's showing ever.
Examples?
Right. So can you see
Yeah,
this, Alan?
they exist. I'm not going to search them out for you. I've looked at them already. If you're really
Well,
curious about it, go look.
I've got
Yeah.
two. I've got two. So if you can, I don't know if you can see Matt the time delay, Alan, in the public hangout.
Okay, far away.
Yeah, you can see in the hangout. I'm showing him.
This one's from Andrew John. This has been addressed already, but Soundly, I can't remember what his address, how he addressed this, but this shows that it's flat. When he gets round to it.
Did Rand to do the camera work?
No, he's far
Yeah,
better than
probably
me.
did. I'm sure
Yeah,
Ranty's got Parkinson's or something. And now he's showing the pylons, I think, somewhere in here. It's been a long time since I've seen these videos, so I'm trying to remember exactly where they are. It's not easy. We're in the pylons here. Maybe perhaps not this video.
Brilliant curve, Tony. Brilliant curve.
I think that might be from Soundly's video. But the other one is from Paul on the plane, and he's at the shore of the same place. Different day, different refractive effects, different weather conditions, temperatures, densities, gas law in molar form. And do
Flat
you
as
see
a
any
pancake.
curve there?
Flat, flat, flat.
That looks like it's filmed off a screen.
Let me get it
doesn't look
straight.
the same
So
as
when it's
Soundly's,
something
does
that's
it?
not demonstrating curvature, there's every reason to pick apart the
Freezy, put the
footage.
thing on, what's that on the right?
It's his window. It's his wing mirror, I believe.
A wing mirror that high?
It's a truck.
Soundly is the only person who's made images of these of the causeway and of these power lines that look anything like that.
See the land in the
Should
background
probably
there.
have a GoFundMe and send you.
Yeah, that would be cool. I would love to do that. But I'm just saying to Ranty, like you're not gonna, I guarantee you're not gonna reproduce that effect. The exact effect, not something else that you think is related with you know, refraction or whatever, but actually taking a photo of a, you know, 18-mile row of or a causeway or something like that. You're not going to see that.
I think.
Sorry to interrupt. You've got a new guest. How you doing, new guest?
You have your image that you
Hold
showed.
on, Nami. Hold on.
Really like a proof that sound of that.
Sorry, Nami. Can you just say hello to Lowry? Hold on one sec. Hi, Lowry. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Good to have you.
Hello. Good to be here.
Good to have you.
Right. So, Nami, are you saying that you have a suspicion that Soundly is using some kind of manipulation?
Yeah, I do suspect that. Well, I've showed that in the past, and
I'll support Numi on that. I agree with Numi.
What's that?
And how would he be doing that?
I agree with Numi.
Well, I think it's like a sophisticated.
How did he do it as a live broadcast?
Can Nami please answer my question?
I don't know. I can't. It's hard to give an exact answer, but I think it's like using a combination of photography and 3D modeling, like Blender.
Classic.
Or photogrammetry.
I don't know how it's done, but it was all wrong.
I've got a better explanation.
Anyways.
It would be good if somebody else basically went to the exact same location and filmed Soundly's setup from the exact same angle and see if it is like that or if it is different.
Well, in the case of Andrew John's footage that Anthony was or some of Andrew John's footage, he did exactly that. Like he literally took not so much of the pylons, but of the, I guess some of the pylons, but of the causeway, he took some of the pretty much exactly the same shots, like as close as you could imagine. And it didn't show any of the curvature that's seen in Soundly's footage.
I think we need a how do you say, a video editor, an expert, and ask him if he can detect any rendering, any kind of visual manipulations going on.
I actually asked a video editing expert or a guy who works in compositing, and he told me that he thought it was entirely possible and that the means to create that kind of effect exist.
Cool.
On my
Well, it
screen
would
at the
be
minute, I'm
interesting
showing
to
a
get
little
that
bolt-on
technology and
attachment.
see if we can basically copy the same effect. Because then if you can shoot the same from the same angle, the same type of footage, and then edit it using a manipulation technique, then we can basically, well, at least give some evidence that he is indeed using that type of manipulation.
You see,
He's
the
basically
problem
creating false evidence here.
the problem is though, Arwin, it
What
was
you
done
saying,
with the
Anthony?
P900 on a live broadcast.
Well,
I'm just
maybe
showing that you can buy a
he
small
found a way to
attachment for the
basically manipulate it live.
With the P900.
Yeah, a direct footage manipulation, a stream.
Well, you could also just upload pre-shot
A
stuff.
video filter, basically, a video manipulation.
He was showing the time, a newspaper. He was talking to people live. It was a completely
Yeah, but-
live broadcast.
No, but
the
that's
thing
not the
is-
footage in question that we're talking about.
Right, two things, right?
Okay.
There is a bolt-on lens adapter that you can buy that goes over a 67mm thread, which is the same thread that the P900 has, and that would give you that fisheye effect, right? That's first point. Second point is if other people have gone back and failed to observe the same phenomena, then something else is going on, and nobody has been. I agree with Nummy. Nobody has been able to recreate that which Soundly's got. What does that tell you? Regardless of whether he's whatever technique he may or may not have used.
Right, Anthony. You know where you've had a selfie done of yourself before? I'm sure you've took a selfie, right? Have you?
Go on.
Right. So if you hold the camera underneath you and you take an image of yourself from underneath, and then you hold it up, looking down at yourself, and then you look it straight out. 3 different sets of images, but your face will look different on each one. Simply due to it's the same face, but on some of them you'll look better, and some of them you'll go, oh God, I can see my bags under my eyes on this one. And if you hold the camera above your head, you won't see the bags. You know, it's all a trick of the light, basically.
To be honest, selfies and me are not something that go in the same sentence. I'm not that kind of person. I get what you're saying.
I'm sure the women that are listening will probably know. You know, they probably spend half the day taking selfies, but yeah, essentially, you know, you'll take the image.
To be single.
Well, you'll take the image and you can go through like 20 images. Nah, don't like that one. Don't like that one. Don't like that one. Yeah, I'll keep that one and maybe judge it later. You know, because each one will be slightly different. And all Soundly's doing is he's found a little niche, little place to do it. Where on most days you always get refraction at the horizon, so he can pretty much go down there and capture this just with being in the right spot. That's all it is.
What do you mean the right spot? So why would there be a specific spot that you could get that?
Because it's also the right angle.
Nobody else has gotten that kind of shot anywhere else ever in the world. He's the only person.
Okay.
The only person ever who captured that effect ever. You think that's really? No, it's just perfectly normal.
I'm sure if I went there for a week, I guarantee I could get them both straight and bent just like Soundly. It's just where you go.
I would be willing to bet a lot of money that you would not be able to get it.
Really?
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think you
betting on this show is not a good thing.
Yeah. Am I displaying, Nathan?
I would be willing to bet you a lot of money that you wouldn't
be
able to reproduce those images.
Sounds like a bet to me, Ranty. I'd take that. Get him to pay for the ticket, and you'll pay him back if he's right.
I don't want to be able to take his money because I know that I would be able to go and do it.
I don't think you'd get it.
I am because do you know how often I go and do you know how often I go and I film this kind of stuff?
Yeah, but you don't have any images like that at all.
You're right. You don't. You're right. I don't because I don't live near a straight length of pylons. But I also know how the refraction works, and I know that how it would appear on a row of.
That's the problem. You actually don't understand.
I can see it on this image that I'm presenting right now.
It's not even refraction.
I can see it on this image that I'm presenting right now.
but it's not even refraction. It's not even the right word.
Well, I can see it right now.
This semantics, Nambi. Like, look, Ranty's been the one that's doing
Yeah.
a lot of filming out here. He's pretty much the expert when it comes to taking actual footage among us. So if he is confident that he can do it, then go for it. Go there and do it. I'd be really curious to see what kind of results you'd get.
Yeah, I'd be curious too, but I'm just saying, I would be willing to bet a lot of money that you wouldn't be able to reproduce those results.
Right. You're a skeptic. So, surprise, surprise. But
Hey, Ranty, the effect with the selfies, it's called radial distortion.
Is it? Right,
Yes.
okay. Awesome. So you know what I'm saying then, Alan?
Yes.
You
yes.
know what I'm saying. Different angles, different position. You'll same features, but you'll look a little different.
You get things like barrel distortion, pin cushion, and kind of moustache. Three of the common things, depending on the.
What did you
Alan
say?
can do Wikipedia. Well done.
I don't know if he's Wikipedia'd that. He's got a £1,000 camera, so I don't think.
Well, hang on. You don't know that he's got a £1,000 camera.
I've got an 810.
I tend to get
You got
the
any
impression
evidence
that
for
he's
that,
not
Nathan?
lying. I don't think he's lying about it. You can just detect in people's tone if they're making it up, and I don't think he is.
Yeah, I've got an 810,
Yeah,
and
he
I was waiting
He referred
yesterday
to a
Anthony,
macro
for the,
lens.
new Tamron lens to come. It's not the
He
kind
was,
of
he, was,
stuff
he was referencing particular lenses with Zoom the other day, and I thought, I wasn't sure. I didn't say nothing, but it turns out that he was referencing Zoom lenses on a fixed focal lens, and I thought,
Hey, Dark Knight, can you just say hello? How you doing?
Hello, hello.
Hello, good to have you.
It's chocolate.
Oh, right, okay. Good to have you, chocolate.
I got sniped.
so you're now the dark chocolate.
The Dark Knight.
Yes, sir. Always, brother.
I don't know. I mean, you see yourself as the expert on taking these shots because you took some good shots, but you haven't
No,
reproduced.
I don't call myself the expert. I just say that I've done a lot of filming around the sea and I know how this effect would work.
I've got to say, I've got to stick up for
Yeah,
Ranty. At least he does something.
But you've always been like a huge Soundly defender proponent before you ever.
No. I believe
I think you have a bias.
No, I believe that what he actually films is how he sees it from where he films it from. But I'm saying that the effect is caused through atmospherics and nothing to do with the curve of the Earth. It's just a trick of his video photography.
But didn't you said before you thought it was an effect of the power lines?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I mean before don't forget. I mean, I only got my P900 about 9-10 months ago. So, and I've only been going down to the beach now regularly for the last 4 months. So before then, when I was first trying to find an answer to what he was doing, I didn't have that answer, and I'm pretty sure nobody has.
I know, but you were still so convinced that his footage was genuine, right?
Yeah, I was pretty sure that what we were seeing was correct, although some of them did look a little bit dodgy. I'll give you that. They did look a bit cartoony. But again, that's just how the photography worked on that day. You know, I mean, I've seen it in my own stuff, so I can't say that he's... It would be so difficult for him to put it in a program and fiddle around with it and do all that. It wouldn't, honestly. I honestly believe I could get the same.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Ranty, you've got a P900. You know what the zoom is like on the P900 when you're at a close zoom. Are you telling me that you accept that he captured that footage the way he says he did on that little homemade wooden plinth with bungee straps tied to the seat of his truck?
I haven't seen every video that he's done. But in fact, I haven't seen any of his videos pretty much for the last 4 months, whatever he's put out recently. I haven't really watched. But from what I've seen, I'm pretty sure that that's just all caused by the angle that he's viewing these things at and the atmosphere on the day.
You haven't answered my question though. I accept that you may
Well,
believe that.
I don't know
legit.
what the answer. I don't know because I've not seen the video.
Do you think
Right, well, he claims.
happens
Hang on, wait. He claims that he captured the footage with a little plinth of board, like say, I don't know, 12 inches by 12 inches or whatever, with a little tripod and his P900 attached to it, and it was all bungee strapped down to the seat of his car whilst he was free rolling along the hard shoulder. And I looked at that and I thought there is absolutely no way that would be sturdy enough to get. I mean, we've seen you and me doing what they call the wobbliest pictures in the world or whatever, and you're telling me that Soundly caught his footage on a wooden plinth with bungee cords on a seat. Are you joking? But Ranty, my question is: do you accept that that's how he caught? If you believe that he caught it, if you believe that he put what he showed on screen and it wasn't manipulated, do you accept that's how he caught it?
Well, I'll tell you what. Listen to this, right? Where is this place?
You're
that
sounding
he
like a
does it?
baller. Just answer the question.
No, I'm just saying. I'm
Ranty's
going to.
getting grilled.
I'm going to go over there. I will go over there and I will do this same observation, and I will do it this year.
Nate, I've asked him twice and he's not answered the question.
I know.
Because I don't know. I've not seen the video.
But this
Leave
is the
the man
problem.
alone.
Hold on.
I've
Let
not
me
seen it,
just
so I don't
draw
know
a
what to
conclusion to
say.
this, because what Ranty's claiming is something that he can't claim on account of the fact that it's not his footage we're talking about. So you're saying you know what you can reproduce, but in terms of what Soundly's producing, you can't possibly know that, Ranty. Let's be honest.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I have no idea how he managed to get a stable image, if this is what you're trying to say, a stable image from a car.
Right,
Maybe
I'll
it's
find the
possible.
video
Maybe
where he
he's got
shows
some
it,
great
and then
suspension. Who knows? I
we'll
don't know.
reconsider your position for you, Ranty. If you're not going to commit to anything either way, I'll do it on your
Okay.
behalf. So give me 2 minutes, I'll be back.
Tony, instead of chastising Ranty, I've posted a video for you to look at.
But
Where have you posted
hey,
it? In the
knows?
side
If-
chat?
It's side chat.
But
I
who
can't
knows?
see
Maybe
that.
Soundly is kind of a guy that has access to all kinds of interesting filters, and don't mean like camera filters, but basically digital filters to maybe stabilize his footage.
It's a digital filter.
Well, he was working with somebody who had very advanced techniques in Blender, and he created a Blender model of his video shots, right? So I think that maybe they were actually just showing the process that they were engaging in to manipulate the imagery.
Doesn't necessarily mean that he's
his shot.
manipulating a curvature in there necessarily, but he could be
I've-
using some stabilizing software to make kind of jumbly footage seem much sharper and clearer, all that kind of stuff.
No. The thing
You'd have to actually reproduce it without.
The thing that Anthony's talking about, it wouldn't be possible to restabilize afterwards because it would just be like blur. You know what I mean? It's not like a little bit of image stabilization. It would have been like it's an incredibly smooth pan shot. It's like,
but don't underestimate the power of digital filtering software. You can do pretty incredible things with Photoshop, things that we
but he
seem
claimed
unlikely. So who knows?
He claimed the video was raw and he uploaded it. He used to have a thing. He's taken it down actually. I've noticed recently, but he used to have a Google Drive where you could download all of his original content, and including that video, which was said to be an unedited and unmanipulated video.
Well, could be, or he could simply be lying about that. Who
Right.
knows?
So he could
But
be lying.
you
But
don't
if
know.
he's lying
You
about,
have to actually falsify it by trying to copy it, by trying to do it yourself.
I know, but what you're saying is, the thing is that if he lied about it, then if he lied about anything, then everything becomes very questionable from him.
Yeah,
right?
well, I wouldn't be surprised if he's lying about some things. Lots of ballers out there are not shy of lying about things.
Well, I think I pretty much demonstrated that there was some manipulation of some of that footage last summer. I mean, whether people want to accept that or not is another question. But
yeah, but you have to actually prove it. You can have suspicion of it, and go with that suspicion, but you can't really claim that it's manipulated without some actual evidence.
No, but you didn't see the thing. Like I did prove it. I did show the evidence. It's too much to get into here, but it was very long.
Nate, can you put me on screen for Ranty?
You are.
Ranty, can you see this?
I do.
Yeah.
This is what he claims is what he caught his Pontchartrain stuff on. It's not this exact video making the claim. This is making a similar but different claim. But this is how he claims he did it. He's got a bungee cord attached to a board holding his tripod on a seat in his car. And this is how he claims it, right? And you've seen how steady, how difficult it is to get a steady picture. Are you telling me that this is how he caught that straff image of the pylons or the Pontchartrain? Nay, there's no way he caught that stable footage with this mechanism. It's ridiculous. This is a different point. He's saying that the window was open.
Or was he standing still while doing it?
He was driving.
He was driving on the hard shoulder.
Oh, he
That's quite a novel setup, that, to be fair. I'll be honest.
It's like it's
Right,
like
the question is, do you think that he captured
literally
that
the
footage
smoothest
as what he
E900
did
shot
with
you'll
that or
ever
not?
see.
He didn't use digital zoom though.
Right, it's irrelevant. The question
No,
is,
it's
do you
not.
think he caught that stable software, that stable imagery with that technique or not?
Yes.
Or maybe he tried several
I'm not asking you,
times
I'm asking
and
Ranty.
just got lucky.
Well, I would like. Okay. Well, Ranty, I'd like to see you reproduce that.
Yeah,
If you're not convinced that his thing is
I'll agree. You go and reproduce that in your car, and let's see how stable you get it. And if it's not dead smooth the way you got it, like it were on rails, then
Yeah, why don't
he
you try
hasn't
doing
caught it
that?
all.
Ranty? Let's see how you do
Okay,
it.
give me a week. I'll build the same rig and I'll go out and do some footage and we'll compare.
Do try
I'll tell you what you can do,
image
Ranty. Pull up on the
stabilization,
roadside. Pull up on the roadside. Zoom in on a pylon somewhere in a field somewhere. Find a pylon that you can like zoom in on, and let's see how smooth you get it, whilst driving as well, not stationary.
So, has he got a remote for the P900, or does he do it with his fingers or
No,
something?
he drives whilst recording that. It was mounted on that little tripod thing that was bungee corded to the car, to the seat
So he
of the
just
car.
records and then just drives past,
Yeah.
right? So that's all I
Yeah.
have to do, right? I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. Mark the date and time.
Very
Ranty
good.
said he'll do
Maybe
something.
we can actually start to get to the bottom of this because you're going to realize how incredibly impossible that really is.
Yeah, I agree.
I've got every faith in him.
You know,
Well, of
Ranty.
course, Alan.
You what?
I like Ranty, but he's going to fail miserably. So the quicker he gets it done, the better. I just hope he comes back and tells us the results and shows the
I'm not
results.
gonna
'cause
draw any conclusions until I actually see Ranty's footage.
Ranty loves a challenge.
I'll get it built and I'll do it within the week. How's that?
Cool.
Get it built. You only need a
We'll just see
board.
what will be, will be.
Yeah.
You only need a board. You don't have to build it.
Well, he did. What do you think? It just
No, he
appeared?
didn't really build it. It was just a board with a hook on it so we could hook his bungee cord around it.
We still had to make the same rig. I've got to look at his rig and then build it the same way he did.
Well,
It's not
Alan
to go out
sent
and
you a
buy the
link. I
wood,
can't
it's
see
to
the
go out and
link,
buy a
but Alan
bungee
sent you a
strap
link in
and
the
go
side
and
chat.
strap
So
it down.
You just need a square piece of plywood, drill a hole in it, bungee cord, tripod.
So yeah, so I need to go out and buy some stuff to do it. That's what I'm saying. I'm working. So
yeah,
within the week,
I don't think you
within
can
the
count the
next
work.
week,
I
I'll
don't
build
think
the
you should
same
use the
rig and
word
I'll
build.
do it.
It's not
Totally
really
fair.
counted as a
Totally
build.
fair. Good call. But it's not like a huge. I think he's pointing out it's not like a big construction project or something.
It's not like it's not a proper
just
build.
improvise. Shouldn't be
It's
too
just
hard.
a bodge and a bang is better.
No, but at some point in my life, I do need to have some time for myself, as well as all the filming that I do, as well as trying to copy soundly. I do need to have a life as well as working. You know, so I'm saying, give me a week.
My heart's bleeding for you there, Ranty.
Well, when are we going to get to
Is
hear?
it-
Hold on. When are we going to get to hear?
Stop being selfish.
When are we getting to hear
Yeah.
Nummy's side of this, Nummy?
What's that?
When are we going to get to hear your concise side of this?
Well, I'm still working. I'm working on something right now. I think it's going to take me a little bit longer, just because I don't know. I think I've found like some really strong evidence of that Soundly's footage is fraudulent, but some new thing. But I really want to make sure that I present it in the best way possible, and so I'm still working on that. I was planning on doing it in the next couple of days, but I think I want to wait a little on it. Just,
No rush. Best to get it so you're happy with it, but that was kind of subtly what I was asking.
Let's give him a week, the same time as Ranty.
Yeah, okay, a week is fair.
Same time, same place.
Yeah. I mean, I could it's presentable, but I just want to present it in the. I feel like I could just present it in a more. I want to get the most concise presentation because I think it's really, really good evidence. Actually, very, very, very strong. And
look forward to it.
Anthony, can you send me that image in the side chat so that I can grab a screenshot for it?
Alan
Or
sent a link
download
in
it.
the side chat.
What?
Alan's got a link in the side chat of, I think it's of the actual video. Alan?
No, it's
Oh,
not.
okay.
That's another Causeway video I wanted to watch. You to watch.
I don't think I've got it open anymore. Hang on, let me have a look.
Oh, in the Netherlands.
All he's done, Ranty, he's got a board with his tripod on it and a bungee cord holding it on. That's all he's done. No, I've shut the window. I'll have to try and find it and give it to you.
Probably do it with a sandbag.
So what about this causeway? This is,
Have a look, see what you think.
well, I don't. It's not. It's on land. It's not over water. It's not a bridge. It's just a road on a piece of land that's on a slope. So I don't think it really demonstrates anything either way. It's just some footage on a slope. So you're claiming that this shows that the Earth is flat, Alan?
But it also
Where-
says in that video that it's parallel with the water, so
Well, it
Where's
says
this link?
that, but I mean, I think it's an approximation and not. Okay, I'd like proof that the road is perfectly parallel with the water.
Of course it would.
Well, I mean, that's the thing with the causeway. I mean, we can have a better sense of the dimensions of the causeway, right?
Yeah, you always build roads at an angle and not flat.
That's a video of Netherlands.
That's near you.
Yeah, no, that's well near me. No, not really.
You're in Utrecht, yes?
Yes, this is more at the north. It's the connecting bridge between North Holland and Friesland.
There you go. You could do some observations there, Arwen.
I could, but I don't have a camera, so.
Is that the Zuider Zee?
It's the IJsselmeer Causeway. It's pretty long. I've driven over it in a car a few years back.
Arwen,
It's
where are
pretty
you
long.
located again, Arwen?
It's at the north, like underneath the islands, of course, but it's pretty much the most northern point on the mainland between the top of the province of North Holland and Friesland.
How do you pronounce that again, Arwen? This word I'm going to post.
What, Friesland?
See it in the side chat?
In Dutch, they say Friesland.
Friesland.
Or the actual locals, they have their own accent. They say Friesland. But yeah, it's weird accent.
Sounds like English.
Nah, it's weird. It's a weird dialect. They have their own. They have their own official language, even.
Really, in that tiny country, you guys have dialects?
Yeah, very, very distinct dialects. Also, the southern part of the Netherlands has very different type of accent pronunciations as the northern parts. So that the Netherlands it's tiny, but there's all different types of language cultures here.
Yeah. Isn't there only like 1 million people there or something? Or?
No, it's actually 15 million or maybe 16 now.
by the way, there was
It's like a giant city-state, basically, compared to other bigger countries.
Go ahead, Larry.
Sorry, I
looks
didn't
pretty
know if
flat.
my voice was heard. There was a Wikipedia link on that video, and the Wikipedia link also has a picture of the causeway. So I posted that on the side chat.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
yeah, that picture doesn't really look like it's on a slope.
Yeah, but it also
looks
doesn't
absolutely
look like,
flat.
it looks like the
So
land
does
is
the
sort
foot.
of. Yeah.
It's flat as well, very flat.
Yeah.
Can one of you present that just before we round out? Because I'm going to close the show in a minute or so.
Yeah, and by the way, the length of the entire causeway is 32 kilometers. So it's really long.
32 kilometers, so that in miles, that's like
20 miles, roughly.
Is anybody going to bring it up on screen so we can have a look at that picture that's in the side chat?
Okay.
Nice, just get it
Oh
on
yeah,
screen.
that's a good picture. I got it right here. Oh wait, I can present it if you like.
Yes, please.
It does look like, I think that the shot is being taken from the left-hand side, and there is a slope.
Working. My screen share is not working. What is this? I don't know why, but the screen share button refuses to do something.
You there, Auntie?
I am, yeah.
I'll just
Any
post
chance
the
you can
link.
click on the link in the side chat and just get it up on screen?
The Wikipedia one.
Yeah, or just click Arwin's link in the Hangout. He's just
All
posted.
right, yeah.
And then if you can just screen share, just so we can have it on screen before the show
Oh
ends.
wait, I got it. Sorry, it's right here.
Ranty,
I'm presenting it now.
I've got
All
multiple
right.
choices now. I know. Ranty's still beating you to it, Arwin.
Ranty, question. Did you ever tell us what that black hole thing was?
It was a rock.
A rock?
A rock.
Okay.
I think
Okay,
somebody
indeed.
actually correctly agreed that it was a rock as well. So I guess I owe them a T-shirt or a shirt.
Did anybody guess it?
I had a feeling it was going to be something just as simple as that, but it really didn't look like anything. It just looked like a black hole. Crazy.
I can show you an image of it actually if you've got time, Nathan.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'll show you the rock from. I went back yesterday and took an image of it. I think it's.
It was a
around
floating rock. Awesome.
Floating rock.
Oh,
Somebody should build a tiny little castle on it.
Built it up. I thought it was going to be something interesting and unusual.
I knew it was going to be something real
I would have guessed a rock if you hadn't have
I
made
don't-
it so mysterious.
Look at my PC. All this messing around, it just won't seem to work. What am I don't know. I'm on the wrong thing. That's why. Right, surely it shows up. No. Where's my rock gone? 15th yesterday. 15th. Try it there. There we go. There's that bad boy. There's another image of it. Get a bit closer to as well, I think. Oh, there we go.
So is it like a rock?
Just a big rock.
Is
It's a
it
big
like
rock.
It's a big old rock. I think that's the answer. If anybody got it right, Ranty will send you a t-shirt. So with that, I'm going to say first and foremost a huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of the live audience for tuning in and hopefully sharing this debate. And of course, a massive thank you to all of the debating panel for making this debate possible. If you've not done so already, be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe. I've been Nathan Oakley and I will see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!